What if the ordinary quarter in your pocket right now is secretly whispering a story of courage, storms, and the birth of America? Imagine holding a small piece of silver that sailed across 4 centuries. Not just any coin, a 2000 Virginia quarter. To most people, it's pocket change, but to those who know, it's a gateway to one of the most dramatic chapters in human history. Close your eyes for a second. Picture 3 tiny wooden ships, tiny specks on a vast, unforgiving ocean, fighting howling Atlantic gales in 1607, their sails straining, decks slick with seawater, 104 souls crammed aboard, betting everything on a new world. Those ships? The Susan Constant, the Godspeed, and the Discovery. And right now, their daring voyage is frozen forever on the reverse of this quarter. That's the power of this coin. It doesn't just commemorate history, it makes you feel it. The 50-state quarters program launched in 1999 like a cultural earthquake. Suddenly, millions of Americans were digging through their change, hunting for stories from every corner of the nation. Virginia's quarter dropped on October 16, 2000, the 10th in the series, the last of that year. It exploded with pride for the Old Dominion. Virginia wasn't just another state. It was where America's story truly began. Flip it over. George Washington stares back at you on the obverse. Steady, resolute, the father of our country. But turn it, and the real drama hits. 3 majestic ships ride the waves under a dramatic sky. The largest, Susan Constant, leads with billowing sails. Godspeed and Discovery follow, their hulls cutting through history. Inscriptions read, Virginia 1788, marking when Virginia joined the Union, and Jamestown 1607 to 2007, looking ahead to the Quadricentennial, even in 2000. Quadricentennial proudly declares the 400-year milestone. A pluribus unum ties it all together. Every line, every sail curve, every wave crest was meticulously crafted by designer Edgar Z. Steever. The detail is stunning. Ropes, masts, the texture of the water. Hold it under good light, and the ships almost seem to move. You can practically hear the creak of timber and the crash of waves. But here's where the suspense builds. Most people glance at this coin and toss it aside. They miss the hidden details that turn ordinary into legendary. Zoom in on those sails. Notice the intricate rigging. The way the ships lean into the wind, capturing the perilous hope of that 1607 voyage. The tiny figures on deck hint at the human drama. Dreamers, adventurers, survivors. Collectors obsess over these nuances. A well-preserved example shows every feather of detail, making the ocean feel alive. Now, the mint marks. Look just under "In God We Trust" on the obverse. A small P for Philadelphia, where nearly 943 million were struck. A D for Denver, with 651 million more. That's over 1.5 billion Virginia quarters, making it one of the most produced in the entire state quarter series. San Francisco struck proofs with an S. Clad and silver versions for collectors only. With numbers like that, is this a rare coin? Not in the classic sense. But rarity isn't always about mintage. It's about condition. And that's where the real hunt begins. Most circulated examples are worth face value, 25 cents. But uncirculated gems, MS 65 or better. Suddenly we're talking dollars. Top grade MS 67 and MS 68 pieces from Denver have sold for hundreds, even over $600 in elite auctions. One legendary Denver example in MS 68 crossed the block for serious money. Silver proofs from San Francisco carry that beautiful mirror finish and can fetch premiums too. What if the Virginia quarter in your drawer right now is one of the flawless survivors? Condition is everything in coin collecting. A single bag mark, a tiny scratch from circulation, and the magic fades. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC examine every microscopic detail, luster, strike quality, eye appeal. A perfect MS-68 Virginia quarter isn't just metal, it's a time capsule that survived decades without a single careless touch. Collectors don't chase these coins for money alone. They chase the feeling, the emotional attachment. Holding one is like clutching a piece of the Mayflower's spirit, except this voyage founded the first permanent English settlement, Jamestown. The place where democracy's fragile roots took hold, where cultures clashed and mixed, where the American experiment quietly ignited. Imagine the passengers on those ships. The fear, the hope, the unknown horizon. That same spirit lives in every collector who searches rolls, examines pocket change, or bids at auctions. Coin collecting connects us to something bigger than ourselves. It's nostalgia, discovery, and quiet pride all rolled into one small disc. Hidden details most ignore. Look for proof like PL surfaces on business strikes, mirror-like fields from fresh dies. Only a handful are certified. Die varieties and errors add another layer of excitement. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks from that one notorious malfunctioning press in 2000 have created dramatic error coins worth hundreds to thousands for serious variety hunters. But remember, real value comes from authentication. No fake hype here. The atmosphere around this coin feels cinematic. Picture dramatic drone shots over the Chesapeake Bay, waves crashing where those ships once landed, close-ups of the quarter spinning slowly, light catching the sails, slow-motion B-roll of hands turning the coin, revealing inscriptions, epic orchestral swells as the narrator speaks of 1607. You feel the weight of history. Not dry facts, but living emotion. The courage it took to sail into the unknown. The resilience that built a nation. This quarter carries that forgotten intensity. What draws people to coin collecting? It's the thrill of the hunt. The possibility that an everyday object holds extraordinary value, the connection to ancestors who risked everything. For many, it started with the state quarters program as kids, filling those cardboard maps, dreaming of completing the set. Now, as adults, those same coins spark deeper appreciation. Could your loose change contain a small fortune in disguise? Or more importantly, a tangible link to America's daring beginning? Realistic values keep it grounded. A nice, uncirculated 2000 P or D Virginia quarter might bring $1 to a few dollars. High-grade examples reward patience and knowledge. Proofs and silver proofs appeal to set builders. Errors. They're the wild cards. Genuine ones can surprise at auction, but always get them checked by experts. The psychology is fascinating. Collectors form emotional bonds. One person might see a ship and remember family stories of immigration. Another feels the pull of historical destiny. The coin becomes more than metal. It becomes memory, identity, legacy. As we wrap this journey, picture those three ships again. Tiny on the horizon in 1607, immortalized on a quarter in 2000, still inspiring us today. This Virginia quarter isn't just about Jamestown or Virginia. It's about the American spirit, the willingness to venture, to endure, to build something lasting. In a world of digital distractions, it reminds us to look closer at the everyday, to find wonder in small things, to honor the stories that shaped us. So next time you get change, pause. Examine that quarter. Feel its history. You might just discover a piece of the past worth far more than 25 cents. What's the most surprising coin you've ever found in your pocket? Drop it in the comments below. Maybe it's a Virginia quarter with an incredible story. Share this video with fellow collectors and history lovers. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the hidden treasures all around us, because every coin has a tale, and some, like this one, still have the power to move us centuries later. Thanks for watching. Keep hunting. Keep dreaming. America's story is still being told, one quarter at a time.